Hello and welcome to Porch Time with Bill Benson. By now I hope all of you know who Bill Benson is, and that's me. And I am having way too much fun on the porch. I bring in people that I've come to meet along my journey of music, and it's just a whole lot of fun, a whole lot of talent in our state. And on this episode I have a friend that I'm not exactly sure when I met you, Jim, but Jim Palermo, welcome to my porch.
Bill, great to be here. I was looking through some photographs last week and saw a photo of myself playing, and I noticed your equipment was behind me. So it was someplace that we were playing together, but I couldn't play. I couldn't place it. But we've played together a number of times, and it's always fun.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. So you're from Litchfield, and I'm going to call you a song stylist.
Song stylist, okay.
Because you write songs, you interpret songs, you play jazz, children's music, country, a little bit of everything.
Yep.
And what I'd like to do on the porch is not only talk to you about your music and what you're doing and where you've been, but just play as much as we can. So why don't you play a song? Play a song.
Well, I'll tell you, in the last 2 days, this song has been running through my mind. I actually played it last night with another friend who you know, Tom Hanford, on violin, and it sounded great. So this is the song without the violin. Now, it's self-explanatory. Finger-picking song. Many, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as can be. This woman had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her, and soon these two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life, 'cause my daughter was my mother, 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, though it really brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. This little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who was also my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Father's wife then had a son that kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. Now, if my wife's my grandmother, then I am her grandchild. Every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. As I'm my own grandpa. As like I said, it's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But it might take a while.
Yeah. I was trying to follow the family tree.
It's a logical. It lays itself out quite nicely.
Now that song is from where?
It was written originally, I believe. No, actually, I'm getting it mixed up with another one. That one, I'm not sure. I'm my own grandpa. I think I used to hear Homer and Jethro do it, and you know, it's just an old one, I think, from the 30s.
Yeah.
And
it sounds like a song. From
I get
the
it mixed up
20s.
with Smoke, 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 which is another one I'm sure you've probably heard. And
Now,
Just a great novelty song.
yeah, yeah. Now, do you gravitate to a certain type of music or a certain genre? I mean, I know that you play a lot of different things, but you know, every one of us gravitates towards something a little bit more.
I really like the acoustic guitar, but I also like to do jazz. So I play some jazz music. I have a jazz guitar as well, and I like to sing. I've been playing music since I was 5 years old, and I started on the accordion. And my mom was a
Just
a great accordion fan.
she's your grandma too, right?
I'm getting all this mixed up. But her uncle, I believe, had an accordion band when she was little, and she loved polkas and things like that. So, but actually, learning theory I found a great. Accordion is a great way to teach it because of the way the instrument is set up. And pretty much if you play the accordion, you can move on to just about any other instrument.
Okay.
And
Do you play
remember
accordion?
that, Mom.
Do you play accordion still?
Yes, I still have an accordion,
Yeah.
and I play it occasionally. We do a little Tex-Mex sometimes,
Yeah.
and but not too much.
Yeah.
When the Beatles came out, I switched to guitar.
There you go.
So that was way back. So I've been playing a while.
So what jazzy stuff do you have in your repertoire?
Well, I know this is an acoustic guitar, but this is one I was thinking of on the way. Actually, I was thinking of playing this one. And it's great with the violin. I played this one with Bjorn one time too,
nice.
on the saxophone.
Yeah.
It was great. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. I got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. I got a song that I sing. I connect the lingo. Every time I move my finger, look at me. Can't you see I'm in love? You know what, Bill? Life is a beautiful thing.
It is.
As long as I hold that string, I'd be one silly so-and-so if I should ever let go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. I got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life. What a world, what a life. What a world, what a life. I'm in love. Da-da-da-da.
And what was that title?
World on a String, I think.
Yeah. And
I've always liked that
Yeah.
song.
And I don't play them. I could if I practice, but I don't practice very well. I love the jazz chords because they definitely have their own place in the
Color,
world.
they have a certain color,
Yeah.
I always say.
Yeah.
And
Now, you also are a songwriter. Written, how many songs do you think you've written that you, I mean,
Will admit to?
We'll admit to. We all like our stuff, most of it, and the ones that we don't, we just never admit that we've written them. But, you play live. How many of them, your originals, do you actually
very rarely do I
Yeah.
play any of my originals.
And why is that? Do you think?
There weren't that many to begin with,
Yeah.
and there's just so many songs. It's just figure I'll get around. Every once in a while, I'll get a song. One song I wrote, I heard it was many years ago, and I heard a truck backing up, and it had the siren that goes, and somehow, some way in my head, it went into a part of that song, which eventually, turned into a song. So you never know what's going to inspire you, or what's going to make sense in that strange right-brained abstract thing, that lies between our ears. But it turned into a good song. But I've probably forgotten more songs that I've written than I remember. Songs that have come and gone.
You want to play one of yours tonight?
Well, yeah, I'd like to play this one here. It's a waltz, actually. If you want to see me cry, just walk away and say goodbye. 'Cause you've been having second thoughts anyhow. So go ahead and have your way. There's nothing more that I can say. I guess I'll get along without you somehow. I'll get along without you, but I don't know how. You see, I never planned it out this way, and I'll get along without you, but I don't know why. 'Cause I don't even wanna try. Like the way it ought to be, but heaven knows a crippled heart needs more than silly words to really make it free. And I'll get along without you, but I don't know how. You see, I never planned it out this way. I'll get along without you, but I don't know why. 'Cause I don't even wanna try. Wanna try.
Nice.
Thank you.
Now, obviously you have a lot of influences in your bag of tricks and the songs that you love, the songs that make you happy. Is there, and you've been playing music for a while, is there a person or a band or a songwriter that absolutely influenced you to a point and you said, I need to do this, or I need to do more of this?
Well, probably late 60s, early 70s, pop music was my biggest influence. Between James Taylor was a big influence, Joni Mitchell, the Beatles, of course, and I still, they're just great songs, and a great song is always a great song. and they continue to be great songs.
And you know what's great about the music of that time, and I don't know exactly. I mean, I'm old, so it just changed for me in the '80s because it just did. But it's 2017, and a James Taylor song, Joni Mitchell, Tom Petty, or any of those folks that were around in the '60s and the '70s. You know, I see 12-year-olds singing them.
Absolutely.
So they find them, and they still are relevant, and they still are powerful in their own way, and to a whole new, you know, couple of generations after they first were, you know, were fresh.
Well, there's a whole wave in the educational field, and Tom, being a teacher, could tell you a lot more about that. But there's been a big move toward Beatles music in preschoolers because of their lyrics and the rhythm patterns and all those things. Kids really, you know, who wouldn't want to sing "I Want to Hold Your Hand"?
Right.
You know, and et cetera, et cetera. The lyrics are recognizable, easy to sing, and fun.
Yeah.
And they are to, you know, from 5 to 90.
Yeah.
You know, it's
one of the things I love about the music that I get to play is I do farmers markets, and I play nursing homes and so on, and so I get to you know, make a little 2-year-old child dance, you know, to whatever. And then, you know, can sing an old standard, you know, to a 90-year-old that makes them happy too, you know. So music has great influence and great power, you know, further than just, you know, what did I like on the radio today?
Sure.
So, so you're in Litchfield. Now you have a regular show in Bantam on Sunday nights, right?
True. Well, it's just been a very laid back. They're very nice people at the Mockingbird in Bantam. Not necessarily a plug, but they got great food, and it's and they're very nice people, and they've allowed me to. I just live up the road. They've allowed me to come on Sundays and just play whatever I want, and it's nice and convenient and fun, and it's a nice room, and you know, a number of friend musicians have joined me many times now. It's been about 6 months, and it just keeps getting more and more full. You know what that's all about.
Oh, yeah.
You start playing with friends, and, and it just
all of a
gets
sudden
more.
It grows and grows and grows. And it's not necessarily a band, but it's a family.
Exactly.
And the family gets together, and we get to, you know, we get to have
We have a familiar theme, you know, a number of familiar themes that we all gather around, and that's a healthy and therapeutic.
Oh, yeah.
It's very on all levels, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Yep. Now you have, do you, besides the Mockingbird, where can anybody, you know, possibly see you somewhere else?
Not a whole lot. Actually, I've had a lot of health issues, unfortunately, over the last 10, 15 years, and they kind of keep me at a snail's pace in some ways, which is why Mockingbird works so well.
Yeah.
And
well, not everyone, you know, I mean, some of us were just crazy and like are just but there's you know, if you love to play music, you should find it wherever you can play it.
Exactly.
And where you can be a part of it.
If that's your living room, that's fine.
It's your living room, it's fine. And I tell people all the time, you know, if you want to sing loud and sing proud in the shower, in the car, along with me when I'm playing music. But, you know, because music does have the power that it has, if it's just in your living room and there's a couple of friends or by yourself, that's where you need to be. And it helps you in so many ways that, you know, unless you actually are a musician and actually participate in our world, you may not know that, the power of it. So,
Well, I've told some, especially new students, I've had students over the years, and I'd say, do you like to sing? Well, I like to sing, but I don't like to sing in front of people, so I don't do much singing. I said, do you sing in the shower? No. Well, why not? There's no one there.
Yeah.
So that's not a it's not a real good reason.
Yeah.
You're not singing because there's people there.
Now
you just got to do it.
You just have to. You just have to. Now, do you still give lessons?
I have a few choice students.
So yeah.
And that's probably one of my greatest. I like that as much as playing sometimes.
Yeah.
Seeing someone take on a new instrument and realize and come to those different layers of realization in music, right, where you say, oh yeah, well now this makes sense because I can see this, and now that makes sense because I can see that. It's like learning a new language.
Yeah. Now do you give accordion lessons?
No.
Well,
I could, but I never have.
Yeah. So the crazy part about this Porch show is that before you know it, you get kind of lost in the world. Mm-hmm. Before you know it, our time is up, and our time is coming to a close for this segment of Porch Time. Jim Palermo, thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure. It was great.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to have you just pick a song that makes you happy, makes you smile, and you think might make some other people smile out there, and you can play us out.
Okay, let's see. I'll do another picking song.
All right.
Another old one. This actually goes back to the 20s. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. If you can't say anything that's nice, it's better not to talk at all, that's my advice. You go your way, I'll go mine. It's best we do. Here's a kiss. I hope that this brings out a little luck for you. And it makes no difference how I carry on. Just please don't talk about me when I'm gone. No. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone.
Wonderful. Some of the music that is from the 20s, and playing in the nursing homes like I do, it's kind of crazy. I go back to the 20s and 30s, but I don't know if it's the innocence of the time.
It has a lot to do with it. It still exists, but it's rare.
But it's the innocence of the time, mm-hmm, where the lyrical content is just, is different than anything I think I've ever heard before. It's just very different. So,
I know.
So
it's a whole different value system.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and innocence really describes it well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. So, anyway, thank you for coming.
You betcha.
All right. See you soon.
Take care.